My Hooked on Sydney partner in crime, Ben, has just been published in Fishing World's June edition. He's given us some tips on how to catch good sized jew, and they've illustrated a great little photo of one of his 18 kilo jew fish that he's picked up over the previous jew season. So if you're getting into fishing and you're looking for an advantage for picking up kings, good sized jew, any of these bucket list fish, then live baiting is one of the key aspects that you need to get on your game. So knowing how important live baiting is, we provided you this episode to show you some of the locations and the techniques used for you to get live bait in Sydney Harbour. So watch, learn and enjoy. Catching yellowtail live bait couldn't be easier. So here we are, it's about 5 AM Sydney Harbour. Alright, we're over at Middle Harbour at the moment, just near Tunks Park. What we're going to do is we're going to show you now how to catch some live bait. We've already caught some yellowtail yakkers as they're nicknamed, and now we're just going to show you how to catch some more. So the rig is really simple. I'm using a rod, but you can use hand lines. We're just using, you can use a size 6 hook, so a nice small hook. Alright, we're just using chopped pilchard. You can use a bit of prawn, anything will do. The rig I'm using is an unweighted rig. So all we're simply doing, here's my rig. Alright, we're just plopping it down in the water, letting it sink. And that's it, we're on. There we go. Let me just show you here. And that's it. That is a nice little yellow-tailed yakka. Alright, something about this size is perfect for catching things like good-sized school jew, kingfish, or even a big flathead will quite happily take him. Alright, so let's get him in the live tank real quick. So using unweighted rigs, I find is probably the easiest way to go. You can use weighted rigs if the yellowtail is sitting down deeper, but unweighted rigs, just with a tiny little bit of pilly or prawn will be fine. Once again, here we go. Just a tiny little hook. All right, just drop it over the side, let it sink a bit. Now the yakkers have actually come to the boat here a bit. Ready, boom. Oh. I think he took my hook. I think he took my bait. He took my bait. Let's try it again. Keep the when you fillet them up, keep the skin on as well. The skin helps keep the bait on the actual hook itself. All right, try again. Yep, on we go. Couldn't be easier. Now the reason why I use weightless rigs is because it helps create a more realistic sink for the bait. If you're using weighted rigs, sometimes they can be a little spooked. If they're really hungry, they won't be. Alright. Just take the hook out of his mouth. Alright. And just pop him in the live tank. Alright, so we're going to catch probably about probably about 8 to 10, and then we will release all the ones that we don't use throughout the day. All right. So just remember, guys, the best place to catch live bait in Sydney is anywhere where there's sand, all right, and structure sits over the sand. Plenty of you can use a bit of burley as well to bring the yakkers on. Quite often, the easiest way to do it is just buy a packet of pilchards, chop up some of the pilchards, feed that out or squish it out in the water, and that will burley and that will bring the yakkers in. And then you can just use chopped little bits of pilchard or prawn, unweight it, and just drop it in the water. Now I'm glad. So we got this little guy. This little guy is a tailor. Alright, now he's different to the yakkers. Alright, he looks a bit different. He doesn't have that nice yellow tail. Now I'm glad we caught one of these because in point and fact, you can't actually keep these guys, alright? They're called choppers, their nickname. Right, you're not allowed to actually keep these as live bait. So these got to go back over the side. Google Maps is one of the best resources around for you to use to find live bait in Sydney Harbour. So let's use it now. Firstly, we're going to head over to our point of location. We'll just zoom in a little. Okay, so here we have North Harbour and Middle Harbour. Here are some locations where typically you can find yellowtail scad or yakka. Now remember, all these spots are not necessarily given bait collection spots where you will always reliably get them, but these spots are areas where the environment is typical of yellowtail scad to live. Let's zoom over here a little bit. Okay, so this area is around the spit. As you can see, these are quite sandy bottomed areas. There's structure around moored boats, wharves. This is definitely typically the kind of area where you're going to find yellowtail. Over here in Manly, once again more moored boats and a sandy sort of area. So any number of areas like these are going to be good spots for you to pick up yellowtail. Alright, I hope you guys found that helpful. Stay tuned for part 2 where we look at catching squid in Sydney Harbour, another great live bait. We're going to show you how to get them on the squid jigs and where to look to fish for them. If you want to know more about us, you can check out our Facebook page at Hooked on Sydney. Tight lines everybody, take care.